I'm sorry. So today is not going to be a cover it's not going to be cover at all. Today is going to be a very stupid video. Probably the most stupid video that will ever go on my channel. And that's because Gorillaz, one of my favorite bands right now, is involved. And if you don't know what Gorillaz is, then you've most likely been living under a rock since 1998, between 1998 and 2001. Because that's when they started coming out with music. And oh my god. Now, I started listening to them about a year ago, and I really wasn't into them as much as I am now. Like, I listened to a few of their, like, more popular songs. Like, I listened to Feel Good Inc., and I listened to Clint Eastwood, and Dirty Harry, and Sleeping Powder mainly, and a little bit of Saturn's Bars, but mainly those 4 songs. And I didn't really listen to anything else other than those from them. And now that I look back on it, I am really regretting it. Now, recently, for some reason, I was feeling quite lonely because none of my friends, I texted like most of my friends and none of them were texting me back. So I got quite lonely. So I decided to go on Kick and just peruse through all of their bots that they have to like, that can play games and this kind of stuff. And I came across like a picture of one that looked quite familiar, and I opened it up. Like, I opened up the description and it said Free Murdoch, and I was like, that name sounds very familiar. And I read the description and it was talking about that the Gorillaz bass player is in jail. Come help try to help him escape. And I'm just like, I need to do this. And I was like, I need to get back into them, honestly, because after about a month of listening to those about 4 songs, I listened to I hadn't listened to them since then. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do this. And once I started it, I was like, crap, if I start this, then this could give me a few spoilers to like their storyline, because at that time I knew that they had a storyline, but I had no idea what it was. So I went on YouTube, I looked up videos on like their entire story, their entire backstory through all of their phases, and I was like, like, I was like watching it, sitting there like, how does this happen? How did I not know this existed? Like, I knew that 2D had something wrong with his eyes, but I had no idea what happened to them. All I knew was that there was something wrong with them, and now I know exactly why, and I'm just like absolutely obsessed with their entire backstory. And I've been listening to them a lot more lately, and I've listened to all of the Now, which came out literally the day after my sister's birthday, which came out about a week before I started listening to them again. And I've listened to all of Plastic Beach. I've listened to all of most of their albums since then, and I'm absolutely in love. And honestly, you may be seeing some covers of Gorillaz songs somewhat soon. It just depends, because I'm not very good at some of them because of the rapping parts, and that's about it. So, you may be seeing some of those coming soon, but I was just like, why not spread this to the channel? Because why not get my non-existent fans listening to Gorillaz, because they're really an amazing group. And I'm just going to, this video is probably just going to be me like giving you like Gorillaz backstory in a nutshell kind of thing, and that's about it. So here we go. Just So first you need to know the names of all the band members. So the four permanent band members are 2D, aka Stuart Pott. His real name's Stuart Pott, but he's called 2D for a reason I will explain very soon. He is the singer. There is Murdoch Nichols. He is the bassist. There is Noodle, unknown last name. She is the guitarist. And then there is Russell Hobbs, which is the drummer. So there's that, just so you know, for later on. So Murdoch is a Satanist. I'll start off with that. He decided to make a deal with a demon. I don't remember what the demon is exactly, but he decided to make a deal with the demon to be able to get musical fame. And after he did that, he decided, you know what, I'm going to go rob a music store of all of their keyboards to start off my band. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to drive my car through the windows through the shop. And he actually decided to go through with that for some reason. And in that store is where Stuart Pott was working with his uncle, I think it was. And poor Stu was standing there working when Murdoch decided to crash into the store. And he crashed right into one of Stu's eyes, which created it put him in like a comatose state. And it also made him like have this thing called a 8-ball fracture, where his eye fills up with blood and it dried black. So that's why at least one of them was. And Murdoch, of course, got arrested. His sentence was like 10,000 hours of community service or stuff like that. And I think either part of it or most of it was taking care of of Stuart. So while he was taking care of him, of course, he decided to what's the word I'm looking for? Oh crap. Take advantage of that, take advantage of his needing to basically babysit the Stuart in a comatose state. And he decided to put him into a car without any seatbelt and started to do donuts which resulted in Stuart flying through the windshield and giving an 8-ball fracture to his other eye, and also bringing him out of his comatose state. And then after that, once he stood up, Murdoch saw him and was like, wow, he looks cool, basically. In a nutshell, he said, wow, he's cool looking. He needs to be the front man of my band. So he asked him, and he was like, yeah. And then he decided he needs a drummer. He went to a record shop that young Russell was working in, and he decided to kidnap him. He brought him to their home that was called Kong Records and kept him there. While he was doing that, that one thing. He showed Russell what him and what is now 2D for the 2 dents in his head. It looks, where he has 2 black eyes, it looks like he has no eyes. So he was dubbed 2D by Murdoch because it looks like he has 2 dents in his head. But Murdoch showed Russell what him and 2D were working on, and Russell luckily liked it, and he decided to stay. And they said that they needed a guitarist, obviously. And they decided to put 2D's girlfriend, Paula Cracker, as the guitarist, and that was short-lived because soon after they Paula joined the band, Russell found Murdoch and Paula having an affair in the Kong Studios bathroom, which resulted in Paula getting kicked out of the band. So after that, they decided to put an ad into a newspaper for a guitarist. And then I think it was either that day or like the next day, they get a huge I don't know if it's huge, but they get a FedEx crate on their front step. They go to open it, and out springs out this little Japanese girl that jumps out, basically doing a wicked guitar solo, basically melting their faces off. And she spoke a bunch of stuff in Japanese that no one understood, and then she said noodle, which became her name since she had amnesia. So after that, she became the guitarist, of course, and Gorillaz was formed, and then they brought out their self-titled album Gorillaz, and then the rest is history. Basically, that's the short and sweet of their that one thing. Yeah, their backstory. I'm not good at talking, if you can't tell. If you've been on my channel since the beginning, you can tell that I'm not good at talking whatsoever. So, I hope you like this video. And if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to, subscribe. I'll have some ukulele covers out quite soon. Hopefully many will come out very soon. I don't know how that's going to work out because I just started my my marching band practices for the summer, and in 2 weeks I'm going to my first band camp because I'm in high school now. Yeah. So that's this video for today. I know it was not what you guys expected, and I know it is not like one of those like it was very bad. Basically, that's basically the short and sweet of this video, but I hope you guys liked it. I had a fun time making this video, and please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, go check out Gorillaz because they are an amazing band and I absolutely love them. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.